So I discovered something wild recently. Meet Aitana Lopez, Spain's hottest influencer right now. She's got over 325,000 followers, makes around $11,000 every month from brand deals, and posts these perfect gym selfies that rack up thousands of likes in minutes. Thing is, Aitana isn't real. She's completely made up. Just computer code created by a design company called The Clueless in 2023. And get this, some celebrities have apparently tried to ask her out, not realizing she doesn't actually exist. I've been deep looking into this whole AI influencer world, and honestly, it's kind of messing with my head. That fitness model selling you protein powder, the travel blogger with perfect photos from 5 countries in a week. How sure are you they're actual humans? Right now, there's a quiet takeover happening on our social media feeds. And you know what's the freaky part? Most people scrolling through Instagram have zero clue. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how this digital takeover is happening, share real stories about brands dropping human influencers for AI ones, and what this means for all of us who spend way too much time on social media. Once you see what I'm about to show you, your Instagram feed will never look the same again. Hey everyone, welcome back, and if you're new here, glad you're here. I cover the kind of stories that are quietly reshaping the world around us. Today is one of them. AI influencers. They're not just showing up, they're actually replacing real people online. And most of us haven't even noticed. Let's get into this bizarre world of digital humans who are stealing the spotlight from real ones. This whole damn thing started back in 2016 when a virtual influencer named Lil Miquela showed up on Instagram. Back then, you could tell she wasn't real. She looked obviously computer-generated, and everyone knew it was basically an art project. But now, she has 2.6 million followers and reportedly makes up to $10 million a year. That's not a joke. 10 million. But Miquela was just the beginning. The tech got way better, way faster than anyone expected. Look at the difference. Early AI influencers looked fake and glitchy. Today, they have actual skin texture, realistic eyes, and tiny imperfections that make them seem human. The obvious fake look is completely gone. Let's talk about Aitana Lopez again. The company that made her literally admitted they created her because real influencers were too complicated and had too many demands. Those are their actual words. They got tired of dealing with real people's schedules and opinions, so they just built a perfect influencer who never complains. Or check out Rosie from South Korea. Since 2020, she's secured major ad deals, been in 2 virtual fashion shows, and even released music tracks. Her Instagram shows her living this perfect life, shopping sprees, poolside lounging, exotic vacations to places like Singapore, and 170,000 followers eat it up daily. You know what's truly mind-blowing? Researchers recently showed pictures of real and AI influencers to young adults. 7 out of 10 couldn't tell which ones were real humans and which ones were AI. The line between real and fake is basically gone, so why are big companies starting to pick fake people over real ones? It's actually pretty straightforward. It comes down to 3 main things: control, cost, and consistency. Graphics showing these 3 points with simple icons. First, total control. When brands work with AI influencers, they don't worry about scandals or PR disasters. Remember when that famous YouTuber said something offensive and lost all their sponsors overnight? Or when that fitness influencer got caught eating fast food after pushing their diet plan? With AI influencers, that never happens. They only say and do exactly what the brand approves. No surprises, no drama, no embarrassing old tweets. Second is money. But this one's actually complicated. Creating high-quality AI influencers isn't cheap. According to industry data, top virtual influencers like Lou Dumagalu can earn around $16.2 million annually, and Lil Miquela pulls in about $11 million. Virtual influencers like Emma from Japan can collaborate with dozens of brands. She worked with 80 different companies last year alone, including Coach, Apple, Guess, and Alexander Wang. Try getting a human to juggle that many partnerships. And third, they're ridiculously reliable. Your AI influencer always delivers content exactly when promised, looking exactly how you want, saying exactly what you approve. Take Nanuuri. She collaborated with 130 brands in just 12 months. That's a new brand deal every 3 days. No human could maintain that pace without burning out. So how are these digital people actually made? Let me break it down. Most AI influencers start with either 3D modeling, similar to creating video game characters, or by training AI on thousands of real people's photos to create a unique face that doesn't belong to anyone real. For movement, companies use motion capture tech, like what they use in movies, or special AI that can generate realistic human movements from scratch. The most advanced AI influencers also use language models, like ChatGPT, to write their captions, respond to comments, and even develop personalities and opinions that seem authentic. The thing is, this technology is getting easier to access every day. There are now websites where you can make your own AI influencer with just a few clicks, no tech background needed. I could literally create an AI fitness influencer in under an hour using one of these services. That's wild. But the most impressive part is the video content. Just look at Shudu, who's been called the world's first digital supermodel. She's been featured in Vogue and has worked with luxury brands like Versace and Lanvin. Her photos are indistinguishable from real models. Or Milla Sofia from Finland, arguably the most lifelike virtual influencer out there. She's so convincing that her content has been featured in major news outlets worldwide, from The Independent to Fox News. Most people reading those stories probably had no idea they were looking at someone who doesn't exist. Let me tell you about some specific moments when this shift from interesting experiment to major industry change really happened. In late 2023, Mango, the fashion brand, dropped an entire teen sportswear collection without using a single human model. The whole campaign featured only AI-generated models. Victoria Beckham's fashion empire started testing virtual models too. Then brands realized they could go beyond just photos. They started creating complete digital personalities with backstories, interests, and lives. Look at Leia Love. She has over 555,000 followers and calls herself the Love Ambassador for Planet Earth. She's positioned as a climate activist and mental health advocate, and even claims to be the co-author of a best-selling book and a speaker at the United Nations. That's right, a completely made-up person supposedly spoke at the UN. Or Kyra, India's first virtual influencer with 266,000 followers. She portrays herself as a dream chaser, model, and traveler who loves yoga and empowerment. She's worked with major brands like Amazon, reaching nearly 500,000 users with just a handful of posts. What's truly wild is how social media platforms have adapted to this trend. Instagram and TikTok have updated their terms to specifically address AI-generated content creators, basically making it official that AI influencers are here to stay. A recent analysis found that out of the top beauty posts on Instagram, nearly 20% came from accounts that were partly or completely AI-generated, and engagement rates showed no difference between human and AI creators. It gets even stranger with what I call hybrid creators, real influencers who are using AI to create some or all of their content, while still pretending it's 100% them. I found several major influencers who are now using AI for up to 40% of their content, including entire video segments where it looks like they're talking, but it's actually an AI copy of their voice and appearance. They're not even showing up to film anymore, and barely anyone notices. So what does all this mean? Are human influencers done for? Probably not completely, at least not yet. But things are definitely changing faster than most people realize. If you're a content creator watching this, I'm not trying to freak you out. But there's definitely going to be pressure to either start using these AI tools yourself or find ways to prove your authentic humanity in ways that AI can't fake. Pivots. And for those of us who just mindlessly scroll through social media every day, I think we need to be more careful about what we're seeing. That flawless influencer with perfect content living their perfect life. They might not just be heavily edited, they might not even exist. So next time you're on Instagram and see Nuna Uri showing off the latest Versace collection, or Aitana Lopez doing her perfect workouts, or Lou of Magalu with her 7.1 million followers promoting Samsung, maybe pause and ask, am I looking at a real person or just a really good digital creation? Maybe the most important question isn't whether AI can replace human influencers,